You're good. You're all right. Here, Brian. You're fine. Just breathe. You're fine, Brian. You're fine. Brian. Brian, grab my boat! Grab my boat! Watch your feet! Grab a rock, Brian! Grab a rock! Grab a rock! Are you good? Watch out! Get your boat. Stay right there. Boat. That's actually okay. You got your paddle? You sure you're good? Don't get mixed up in that boat. Don't get mixed up in that boat. Come right here. Stay this way if you can. Even going over that be even safer, Brian. Go right. You get around that little rapid a lot easier. Do what? Grab that rope if you need it. Hang tight. No busted shins. Thick as well here. And that. Slippery on this backside, bro. Very slick. Take a breather.
Save up there.
You what?
Save the boat.
Oh, we got it, bro. It ain't going nowhere. Yeah, we got it. That's no problem. That'll do it. All right. Break time. Sponge.
You messed up.
Yeah, you didn't lean downstream.
No, just let go of the boat.
Oh, don't worry. Oh, because you couldn't breathe after that. Yeah. That's the secondary benefit.
My legs are like jello.
Oh, I expect so. My man is eating, look, victory coffee. Yeah, baby. Now that's a gnarly swim. Woo, found it, bro.
I'll drink afterwards.
Yeah. Right on. No, that's just part of the fun. Sometimes it doesn't feel like fun, but later, when you tell your grandkids about it, yeah, it's part of the fun. But right now, I think we're just gonna chill probably for a few more minutes.
249.
249, baby. We're gonna head to this little beach right over there, grab us some shade and maybe a little lunch. But in the beautiful gorge, if you wanna call it that, section 9, just nothing but mountains all the way around us, rapids everywhere, tall hills. Sorry I'm working my helmet here, but man, this is fun. Beautiful. In beast mode, Brian saved his boat, his hydro flask, and his paddle. So we lost the sponge again though. Onward! We ferried over to the shoreline so Brian could take a well-deserved break on some dry ground. We were going to sit here until he mustered up the courage to continue. We pulled out a map and figured out where we were. Just a few more rapids to go and we'd be in the windy flats where we could take a break. He's telling jokes. That's a great sign. So we're just catching our breath here. We're going to scout this rapid, see what it looks like on the inside passage. And I think what we want to do, Brian and I think what the plan is maybe just to push on through, try to bust it all out, get to Hot Springs, and then feast like a king when we get there. That's the plan anyway. So right down here is a pretty good rapid. We're going to look at it, see what it looks like, see if it looks like something we want to try in the kayaks here. The other side of the island is Pinball. It's a harder rapid, and I figure we may as well start out a little easy after the swim. This would be pit stop, a straight shooting flume into a nice big eddy until we join the main river course after the island. Also coming down the river today was a legendary warrior named Nathan, a 25-year guide on this river. He's on this river 6 or 7 days a week. We got Nathan here. Nathan was talking to Brian and I. He's only seen 4 sea kayaks on this river in 25 years, and we were 2 of them. It was just the encouragement Brian needed. After the swim, Brian was digging deep to bounce back strong, but we needed a couple wins under the belt. From here, there were just 2 more big rapids until we got to Stackhouse, after which would be the 2-mile windy flats where we could formulate a plan to beat the beast. The deeper into this place we drifted, the more beautiful it became. Here we are at Brian's first test. A manky, churny, difficult entry rapid called rebar. Just the kind to give you trouble. He got through flawless. Up next, Stackhouse Rapid. Much the same. We made it through to Stackhouse. Now we just had to weave through the islands and we'd be in the windy flats. 2 miles to relax and let your hair down. But the river has one more test for Brian. A tricky, manky little bouldery rapid. Perfect for getting you sideways. And I knew his keeled boat would give him trouble there. The thing that took him down twice today did not get him the third time. Sometimes you don't know what's in a man. Sometimes a man doesn't know what's in himself until you have to find out. We'd been playing defense all day. But now suddenly Brian's paddling aggressively and doing things he's never tried before, and doing them well. You see, Brian was knocked down and kicked around by the beast, but he decided that's not what would define his day. He dug down and found that warrior spirit, and picked himself back up, and decided we're going to get down this river.
Goodness.
And it was worth it. As we paddled through the beautiful valley, Brian could hear the echoes of the siren of the French Broad. She lay ahead, and so did the beast. Sometimes when you're in a place like this, you need to stop and look behind you to see what you've come through. It might give you the will you need to keep going. And as we approached Needle Rock, the white spire sticking out over the island, Brian found that will within and agreed to the plan. Kayaker's Ledge was up first, and then Frank Bell's. Both routes offered a hard line and a sneak line on opposite sides of the island. Well, I put myself out there and gave the beast something to look at. Brian was going to sneak around the backside, a solo venture that would require a little resolve. But if this worked out, we'd be home free. So we bid each other good luck, and I entered Kayaker's Ledge. It's a near vertical drop of several feet right into a rock wall. Then you must ferry across to get back river right. I look up and see the small armies. Not even they are coming in here. But on the upside, if Brian has trouble, they'll be around. And as I face the ledge, it's just the siren, the beast, and me. I come out from the first island and see Brian ducking away into the sneak of Frank Bell's. Through hand signals with the lead raft guide, I ask him to watch my partner till he gets over the ledge. He signals that he's made the ledge and that he's okay, as the second boat guide stands up to watch him until he goes out of view. One raft gets hung up, and they have to extract their warriors via ropes. I need to wait till this is over before I take on the beast. A vertical paddle, or a sword in the air, and a matched signal from below. This lets me know that it's just me and the beast. Frank Bell's in a sea kayak. Boom! Woo, that felt good. That'll get your juice going a little bit right there, fellas. I don't think it could have gone any better. Like, literally just, that was perfect. That is a good time in the Yukon expedition. Kind of made up for last year when I didn't take sandstone. But, that was not a good situation to put myself in last year, but this one, so worth it. We just ran this rapid. Wait, gets bigger. There she is.
There it is.
Looks small on the camera, but it's pretty sporty. Really a fun rapid, not too tricky. The bottom hole, you need to stay off that left side a little bit. Stay off the right side a little bit. Stay kind of in the middle and ride the lightning. Got one more rapid, surprise ledge before hot springs, and there is 2 hamburgers with our name on it. So these beautiful water whipped rocks, super smooth, really gorgeous in here. Sometimes you just got to take a minute and look around, look where you're at. Fantastic. It's been one of the best days on the river I've ever had. Challenging. It's not a whole lot of sea kayaks coming down section 9. So just remember, I know what I'm doing. This is not one to bring if you don't know what you're doing, I'm just telling you. This will be the post Frank Bell victory swim. Woo! Got my boats down there. This beats the heck out of walking. Land. Rock. Oop. Woo. Onward. In any great adventure, there's going to be ups and downs, high points and low points, moments of fear, moments of difficulty. But it's the moments like this that keep me going. The moment of exhilaration, triumph. Brian and I had just conquered section 9 in sea kayaks. Now it was time to point our boats downriver and look for a hamburger. Guys, it's the post Frank Bell's victory cappuccino. Been saving it since this morning. That's what I'm talking about. And this bridge signaled safety, the end of the difficult passage. The valley opened up, and we drifted through some small rapids on our way to hot springs. This was truly a perfect day. And with one more ledge, we paddled right out of Takio Stay. Brian nailed it. And this was a beautiful piece of paradise that most will never see. Finally, the bridge at Hot Springs. All that was left to do now was find a place to park the boats, walk up to the Iron Horse station, and order that burger. This had been a long time coming. So there it is. Walking across the bridge here in Hot Springs. They got some good burger joints up here, so we're looking for a burger. It's not roadside, or riverside rather. We didn't want to just leave the kayak somewhere, so we're kind of, Brian's gonna watch it. I'm gonna go get the burger and hopefully I can get a ride back to him. In the Iron Horse station again in here. I got some soccer on, I forgot that was going on. But we've made her to go order. She's punching in, then I'm off to the store to get a few more supplies, come back, pick up the burgers, and then we're set. So, we've been looking for this burger for a while. I got some sweet tea, and Adrian, the world's best waitress, hooked me up here. If y'all get a chance, you're in Hot Springs, come by Iron Horse Station. That's where it's at. Right on. All right, we got linked back up here with Brian. That is a mean hamburger from Iron Horse Station.
We're eating Riverside.
Eating Riverside. Massive hamburger. I'm gonna have to set this camera down. Take a bite of this. So I got a custom River King's blue cheese bacon hamburger from Iron Horse Station. Brian got the same without the blue cheese. So cheers, bro.
Cheers, brother.
That's a meaty hamburger for some meaty rapids.
That's right. Welcome to Hot Springs.
Oh man. Most of the hamburgers I eat are pretty good, but this one,
Sweet.
This one's out of control. Oh, sorry, excuse me for a minute. So we're here with Skip. How old are you?
69.
69, running Section 9 solo, beast mode. He just finished up. I was getting the burger and the supplies up there at Hot Springs, and Brian and Skip talked for probably a pretty good bit there, but yeah, this guy's the man. It's river people, the best people you meet. And anything you want to tell the world?
Very impressive what y'all are doing. This is the way to live. Get out on this water as often as you can and have fun.
Yep, he's on it, man. Get out there and do it.
We want to grow up to be like Skip.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Hold most of that thought, but the river running love you can have.
See you, brother. Burgers, check. Nothing left but the rest of the pickle. Gonna knock it down a little bit more sweet tea, then I think we're gonna load up a few minutes and start looking for a campsite. Whew, not a whole bunch of miles, but they were some beefy miles. Yeah, that one rescue kind of tapped Brian out because swimming in that stuff's hard on you. And you know, just run your adrenaline that long is just, when it finally wears off, you're ready for a nap. So I think we're down for another early night. Put the hammock up, just chill out, maybe do a little fishing, do a little swinging in the hammock, a little swimming again, and just enjoy this perfect day.
Thank you for all of our blessings. May we continue to be safe.
Amen. We weren't sure just exactly how to feel as we loaded up the boats to leave Hot Springs. It stood for more than just a burger and a bridge. It was the trophy at the end of the championship game. You can't get to Hot Springs without going through Section 9. This was the biggest water Brian had ever seen. And as we peeled out into the current and pointed our boats downstream, we both looked forward to seeing what the rest of this river had to offer. Up till now, there really wasn't room to have any other focus except getting ready for and making it through Section 9. With that behind us, we were almost without purpose other than to enjoy the river and take in the scenery. It totally transformed the feeling we had on the water. The decisive point of the trip was behind us. Now we could truly enjoy it in a different way. The other sentiment we shared is that we knew the best water was behind us, but we didn't want this kind of water to end. The racing waters of a river don't last forever, and sooner or later it would flatten out. We just didn't want that to come anytime soon. We drifted out of Hot Springs, and each bend brought fantastic views. The river slowed down a little bit, and that's when I noticed this was the first time on the trip where I haven't noticed the siren song. I kind of missed it. Under a late afternoon sky, on a beautiful stretch of river, and to the beat of a new drum, we found our perfect camp. All right, we just found our beach. It is like a fairy tale camp spot. I mean, I don't know what kind of camping you do, but it does not get better than this. Perfect hammock trees, zero undergrowth, extremely easy access for the kayaks to be right there next to your hammock. It just is perfect. And it came at the perfect time. There's an island, maybe 300-400 yards, and then one after that. We were shooting for those. Looking at it, it looked a little bushy, and I was starting to think, I happened to look left, saw this beach. I said, Brian, look at that beach. And that was it. Nothing else had to be said. We were on it. This is money. Money. And we are done. Spent 18 hard miles, beefy miles. But we're here. And got about an 8-pound hamburger in our belly. All that sweet tea. We are sitting pretty. I went swimming and cooled off. We set up camp, and as I do sometimes when I'm bored, I got a crazy idea. So I'm over here paddling across the river to see if I can get some service for our YouTube live and to call the wives. kind of check in with everybody, make sure everything's good back home, to let them know we're safe. And so that's the plan right now. Just gonna pop over here and see what service looks like. Brian's over there at the camp. It's pretty well hidden. You really can't see it over here, so that's cool. So we kind of befriended some rafters who were doing a little fishing. I had a little conversation or two with them, once when they were putting in and once when we passed them, and then once when they passed us at the camp. And I know they're going to get out a couple miles down and be heading back to Hot Springs to do a little, I believe they're going to be taking the raft back up and getting their shuttle vehicle. So I am on this road here, camp, just across the way. You kind of see Brian over there. Kind of hidden pretty good. See the red boat a little bit. But I've got the text and the calls out to the wives, let them know everything's good. But I have no signal to get YouTube Live or, you know, any update to the rest of the world out. So kind of got a wild hair that I would catch this ride up there, possibly with my boat if they have room on their trailer, and then just paddle back down to Bryan after the YouTube Live. So that's the plan. Either I'll hitch it, I've got it stashed here. You can't see it unless you're on the river, and it's kind of hidden right up here under the bushes. But yeah, so I'm either going to leave the boat and catch a ride there and back, or I'm going to take the boat with me and paddle back to Bryan. I'm not sure which, but it should be interesting. So I'm riding here with Matt and Gus, and they are the world's best raft fishermen. And we saw them at the put in. We passed them while they were fishing, and then they passed us, caught a fish right in front of our camp. And I got a wild hair to ride up here to Hot Springs to do the YouTube Live night for you guys. So they obliged and are kind enough to take me up. But Matt here is the guy who built the camping site at Barnard there. So kudos to Matt for that. Looked like a good one. We just when we passed through there, it wasn't time to camp. And Gus, are you the guy who caught the only fish?
Yeah.
Right on, man. Right on.
Glad you caught a fish.
Yeah.
Really kind of one.
Only one in the boat.
Right
Doesn't
on.
matter how many
Good to meet
cats.
you, man.
Long
Good
as
to
you're
meet
on the
you,
river,
man.
man.
Absolutely.
Nice to meet you too, dude.
Good folks. Gotta love the
Have
river
a nice
folks.
trip the rest of the way to Douglas.
We'll do it. Yep. So I'm here with Nathan. He's the guy we were bopping around with on the river today. World's best safety boater here for NOC. And we're in the, what's this place called?
Tobacco Road.
Tobacco Road. So we're getting some drinks and things for the evening. And it's good to actually meet them off the river. So right on. All right. So I got my boat stashed behind the NOC building there. And I'm gonna run up here to Iron Horse. Pretty sure they have 4G or Wi-Fi inside, I'm not sure. I'm gonna give it a shot anyway. All right, I got Andrew here.
Hey.
World's best raft guide.
That's right.
And we saw him on the river today. He saw us. He works with NOC, so they let me put the boat behind the building when I ran up to Iron Horse there to use the Wi-Fi. So yeah, appreciate it, man.
Yeah, anytime.
And thanks helped me carry my boat down the river. So
Of course.
right on. Good people out here. So
Yeah, man.
anything you want to say to the YouTube world?
Freaking take it easy and keep on boating.
Right on, brother.
Yeah, have a good one.
Yeah, man. All right, now it's off to find Bryan. Live out. No hitches there. Good people out here help me out, help me make this stuff happen. So, all right, leaving the NOC takeout again here in Hot Springs. Paddle back down the river to see Bryan. River left. Probably take me 20-30 minutes. Probably. But it's gonna be a beautiful sunset paddle. Some clouds stacking up in the distance. You can see the view behind me. Lover's Leap. Just stunning. Stunning little section of paradise up here. Even if you're not a paddler, you need to take your family up, see Hot Springs. Fantastic spot. If you know me well, you might know one of my favorite things is a late evening paddle, alone. It's a great time to clear your thoughts. And for me, it's really refreshing. I had already paddled this river once today, but you never paddle the same river twice. The clouds, the sky, the color of the water, it's all different. I thought back on our day and everything we had been through. From the beginning of the day through the beautiful valley, through the start of Section 9. I watched a man get knocked down and then jump right back in the saddle. And then I watched him get yanked to the ground, dragged down the river and half drowned, and slowly climb back up on that horse to ride again. But he never stopped moving. He never does. I learned that about Brian on the last trip. I also saw him swell with pride when he broached the rock but did everything right and did not swim. I watched him man up and take the solo route around the islands. And I watched the joy on his face as we pulled into Hot Springs. And I've seen it before. There's a certain pride a man wears when he goes past where he thought he could go. And it's not the clouds and the sky and the color of the water that's different. Sometimes it's your outlook. Tokyo Stay had been an amazing experience. Neither one of us were the same as when we started, nor was the river. You never paddle the same river twice. And the river also has a way of making sure you're not the same man. It was a perfect day on a river like no other.